Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Brick Travie, and today we're going to be taking a look at Walt Disney's Tribute Camera. Now, this is a set that came out in the summer of this year. Quite a fun little build. It comes with 5 different minifigures as well as some cool elements. So we're going to go over the minifigures and all the little cool little features that are in this set, and we'll give our thoughts on it at the end. So stick around till then. So let's go ahead and check out these minifigures. So our first minifigure up we have is Dumbo. Now Dumbo here is a dual molded figure, so all of these little pieces on there are on the figure. They won't fall off. I think there's supposed to be a feather here. I didn't really see it in the set, but this is quite a good looking figure. I'm really happy with it. It's probably one of my favorite in this set, so happy to get it. Not much to say about it. Next up, we have a sadder character. We have Bambi. This is Bambi as a baby. Probably one of the saddest Disney movies ever made, and it's cool to get one of these little figures like this. I am glad that LEGO is branching out and giving us more characters from Disney. So Dumbo as well as Bambi here are a very awesome addition to my Disney collection here. So next up here, looks like we have a black and white Mickey Mouse or Steamboat Willie, however you want to like to say them. We've had this character quite a few times now, so this is just a reuse in this set. So not super exciting, but if you don't have them, it's a cool way to pick them up. And here we have the black and white Minnie Mouse. As I said before, that this is a reuse of the character. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time we've gotten this character. So it would have been nice to get a couple different figures here, but if you don't have these characters, this is a cool way to get both of them. And last but certainly not least, we have the man himself, Walt Disney. He does come with some cool little accessories. He does come with a drawing of Steamboat Willie, as well as a pin. He does come in his signature gray suit with a little mustache there. I don't remember if he has a second face or not. Let's see. He does. He has a really big old smiling face there. So I did take the more serious of the two faces, which is what I normally do with my faces. And yeah, very cool minifigure. I think this is the only way you're able to get Walt Disney. So, I will have him front and center in my LEGO collection just because he is such an important character to Disney. So now that we've taken a look at our minifigures here, we can go ahead and start taking a look at the build itself. So this particular set comes with 2 different builds. It comes with the actual camera as well as Disney's cutting edge multi-plane camera. So this camera, what it did was it actually had different levels, as you can see here, different levels and different frames. So this frame actually made it look like it had depth within it. So it wasn't 2-dimensional. It was made, the movies they were making 3-dimensional. So this is a really cool build. I think this is actually my favorite part of the build. And I'm going to turn this up for you. And if you can actually see in there, you can actually see the scene and see the depth in the scene. You can see the moon in the background as I'm moving around. So this is probably one of my favorite parts of the piece. I think this will be the only part of the set I actually end up having on display. So, interestingly enough, there's places for the camera, not the camera, our minifigures here, that we can set them up in front of this so as to give them a nice little stand. And it's small enough to where it doesn't take up a lot of space on the shelf, but does give you a cool little representation. I just cannot get over how cool that feature is and how it was added to the set. So I really enjoyed this. Like I said, I wouldn't have minded this being like a little gift with purchase and just came by itself because of how cool it is. I really don't think you can see that well in there. But just the fact for this piece, looking into it and seeing that, is really cool. That's actually something I've seen in person before at Disney World when I go. So it's cool to get that. So now we'll move on to the bigger of the two builds. And here we have it, the larger of the two builds. This is quite a cool looking set. Lots of detail. It's not a very large build. It's just kind of awkward in its shape, so it kind of makes it hard to display. As you can see, it does have quite a few features. I'll go ahead and turn it so you guys can see the other side of it. It does have quite a few features. We'll go over all of it here shortly. So one of the very first things you might notice about this build is it does have a crank here. So that crank does actually turn like you're actually rolling film. It has that ticking noise. I like that ticking noise. It's very tactile. And then a part of that 100, because it is 100 years of Disney, that's supposed to represent film. And then they just kind of added the 1 there. But I think that's a cool little added little feature there. Something else we have here is that this is a lens, and then this is supposed to represent let me look here for a second, get the right thing. Excuse me. This is your these are your lenses, so you can actually rotate that disc to change the lens, which is, it's kind of a cool little feature there, so it's not too terrible. And of course, you have a little handle so you can control where your camera is going. And then on this side, this is your eye scope, and you're supposed to turn your eye scope up, and then you pull it open. So that gives you access to the inside here. There is a little chair there. So that chair is meant for Walt Disney. Oh, let's see if I can get him in there. And he sits in his little chair and films whatever movie he is working on. So I think that is a cool little bonus there, but I think because this is the only way you ever get Walt Disney in a set in Lego form, it's kind of a shame to put him locked away in a little thing where you don't see him. But it is cool that it is there. So one of the other things about this set that is very unique is it comes with film, or what looks like film. So it's always nice when Lego includes these weird little elements inside of them. So I actually pulled the instructions out so you guys can see exactly what every single cell is. And it is in order. It is in order from release. So we got Steamboat Willie, Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, Bambi, Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, Sword in the Stone, The Jungle Book, Robin Hood, The Rescuers, one of my favorites, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Mulan, Princess and the Frog, Frozen, and then Encanto as the newest. And if you can see here, let me go ahead. And they are in color, by the way. That every film cell has one from the movie. So it's all, and I think this is going to be a very valuable element in the future because it's so one-offish. You can't really do anything with it outside of the set, but it is so cool to have. It's very cool that Lego included that. I think really that's probably like my second favorite part of the set behind that multi-plane picture thing. So very, very, very cool. So if I had to rate this set, it'd probably be a solid 7 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 7 is just because the build itself is kind of bulky. Not bulky, awkward. So it's kind of awkward set to display, but this is almost dang near perfect. I mean, it's a cool little display. It has a cool feature and has a bunch of figures. I would have been happy if this was the set and, you know, it'd been $30. Or 30 or 40, whatever. But the build itself is kind of a little awkward. So there you have it. This has been Disney's tribute camera. And if you enjoyed this, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more reviews like this. Thanks. Have a nice day.